So, the light turned off in here, but I wanted to show you what the Lord blessed me with today. So, I mentioned in my, I can't really fix the angle on this, but hi. I mentioned before that the Lord blessed us with a new direction added onto our direction, and with the, not the ability, what is the word? The okay to go ahead and do it. So we went on a journey last night, and we walked all the way to Cherry. We'll just say Cherry Park. Everybody knows what that is. I don't call it like that, so it feels weird that it's naturally wanting to be called that now. Went to Cherry Park from Belmont Shore, and I wasn't gonna do so because it's not a long walk if you don't, if you don't, or if you need to do it. We'll say. I'm not really sure how to put that. But it's not a walk that is sustainable for me, especially since the things that we've been doing and the sun is out. So, and the most beneficial time to go in that area would be like when it's daytime. So specifically, I was not planning on doing that. But there is a little pantry, which I've mentioned in my journal. There's a little pantry where they put food in it. So we were, what we would do? We went on a journey to find food because Sweet Jill's did not have anything except hangers, which is weird. But yeah, it's just a bunch of hangers, and I think that's funny. And then we found the things we find. So we found attached to somebody's car door handle, like they had this and was just like, we don't want this anymore. We're gonna put it here. I don't know what made them think that, to like shut it in their car door handle, but it was like very clear that this was from their car. And so we found a Ralph's bag that had like catfish, fried catfish, and what else? And a bean and cheese burrito from Taco Bell, and a bunch of hot sauce and some salt, and mac and cheese as well. And that was pretty much it. And so then we kept walking, and that was a journey. It was a lot fun. It was a lot fun. That's what it was a lot more fun because it was dark. It wasn't. It was not daylight whatsoever. So we kept moving in that direction, and we were like smelling all the flowers and stuff. We also went into Naples before we did that. Before we went into that direction, and we were smelling flowers on the way back from there too. It was nice. It was very nice. I got to see a lot of flowers. I posted those on my Instagram, but I didn't take a lot of pictures yesterday because I wanted to just soak in the journey. Because we go on journeys like this a lot. I would say not for trying to find food or anything like that, but like it does happen like that. God knows, like one of the main things to get me moving and going somewhere is like, are we gonna go find food or something like that? So those are really the only reasons why I would walk far in any type of situation. Or I guess if I ran out of places to be and I wanted to be somewhere else, like physically, because you don't really need to change location in order to be in a good state of mind. So I don't normally trip about going on a journey, but I do because I don't like them. That's the footwork for me. You do need footwork when you're with the Lord, and for me, those are the journeys. But yeah, I want to be a traveler with money. This is why I want to be a traveler with money specifically, because we've staked out so many restaurants in Fresno and here that we would love to go to with money. So we're just like, all right. And so we were just walking because we knew we were going to find something because we were so determined. And that also is a part of the story that about the Little Caesars in Fresno, my first time actually going dumpster diving and, handling that. But like, I forgot to mention that that was a lesson of like I can do this, and that was mentioned, but specifically that was like the most influential time for me where I felt like I couldn't lose, and I've never really felt that way. Usually, I'm a go-getter in general, but it's simply because I think it's fun to try hard. Like I just do, you know. I like to win, but I'm not really that competitive unless okay, that's definitely changed a lot more, but it is usually competitiveness against, like, towards me, towards myself. And so this was the first time I was just like, I am determined and I'm gonna do it. And I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm gonna find some money too. Like, I was set, you know, like, and we felt that way when we did that in Fresno. And I didn't remember that until last night because I was like, it's funny because the first time we had thought about it, we were like, it's a shame that I feel the most accomplished in my life when I'm dumpster diving for the first time right now, and I feel so good about it. That's such a crazy thing, right? And so when I was thinking about it last night, I was like, it's funny that that was my mindset, but in general, it's just straight up determination. Like, it has nothing to do with the fact that this is what we're doing right now, but like the fact that I know that I'm gonna find what I'm looking for. I just gotta keep going, and I don't really care what else is gonna happen because I know that everything's gonna be good. Like, I didn't actually dumpster dive. That kind of just made it easier for us to walk further, thinking that we were gonna try something else, and then we're like, nah, that doesn't look like we want to go over there whatsoever. Like, so we did it. And we knew the little pantry would have something. So we went and we made it there. We took a different route. We also do things like that too. We'll take different paths, places we've been before, but we didn't want to go too far off the path because it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to walk from Belmont Shore to Cherry Cherry area to, you know, and then back. You know, back that's like 4 hours that we started at like 10, you know. So, and fast forward, we made it back at 12:49. I was so happy about that. We didn't stop. We were going to eat and stop, but the sprinklers came on. So yeah, we went to the little pantry and we found hold on. Ooh, is that the other end? Oh, don't play me. We found spaghetti. We found spaghetti. And we don't use hot water, so that is interesting. If this could like go back in the bag. This whole bag is really trying to fight me right now. Duke's up. I'm a man now. I always feel like that whenever I come back from a journey. Like, nobody ever knows what we do or where we go. But then we come back and we feel like we're like years older, years wiser, and like just a new man. And so yeah, we're making spaghetti. I know. I know. We had a bunch of hot sauce packets that we put into the water, and we put a little bit of the salt in there too. They're not terrible, and that is considering how they were made, how they're stored in this bottle, and yeah, I'm gonna eat them. I genuinely just like pasta. I like breads and stuff like that, but I'm gonna eat that like last, or you know, whenever I feel like eating it, really. So that was fun. We made it back, and our body hurt, and we got a tummy ache because we didn't really drink water before we left. Like, we had drank water up until the point where we went to the bathroom for the last time for the night, really. Because we also have to factor in, like, we go pee often, so we need to make sure that we're not in a space where we can't, you know. So we found some porta potties on the way back, on the pier, and we already knew they were there, but we're like, are they open? You know, we got there just in time for to go there, wash our hands, come out. That's part of the spaghetti. I was trying it earlier because I was like, I want to know how this tastes. Um, and then as we're walking out, there's already people on the pier. They're having, their little midnight parties and stuff. And then like the police come through and like they're like, it's time to go. You gotta go. But like I was already out the situation. I smiled at them. I was like, praise the Lord. He's always on time. And so then we made our way back to our spot, or a spot closer to our spot, closest to our spot. And so then we ate, and it was grand. The catfish, that was the first time I ever tasted it. It was really good. And I didn't know they were catfish. I was like, is this chicken wings? I was confused, but we read the bag and it said catfish, so we were happy about that. Yeah, I'm so happy about that. It was delicious. And so today we ended up seeing somebody that I want to call him a friend. He's definitely a friend. He's more of someone that like is very supportive of us singing to him. Like he loves it when we have something to sing for him, and he is a public servant right now, but he ain't gonna stay that way for long. We were talking about that, but he's someone that I've known since I've gotten here, and I can definitely say that he's someone I genuinely like, and but yeah, like there's only so much you can be friends with somebody who really does want to be with you, but they're smart enough not to shoot their shot. He's a very respectful person, and there's like no innuendos or nothing. Like we really just like there's a lot of respect right there in that boundary, and it is because like he's heard me shoot down other people, but he has no problem telling me that I'm beautiful. So that's beautiful. That's a strong person. That's a strong person in general. So I was like, I have something to show you, because I happened to be there while he was doing his job, and I was like, I have some music to sing for you, and whatnot. And he's always just like, oh yeah. He's like, definitely. He's like, give me just a minute and like clean up, whatnot, and so like I sang him the Nowadays song that I have on my live that I was practicing in my notebook. Switched it up a lot. That's really all my music is going to be. Like, I don't know if I can ever actually remember the lyrics to a lot of my songs, because they're more of the title is more of the feeling of the song rather than the words. Like, I don't know how to explain that. So like there more than likely always be some type of variation to whatever it is we're singing. But I do want the ability to stay on track, so I'm gonna work on that too. But we switched it up. We kind of mashed it up with something else, and it was the first time that we sang in front of somebody with our own style, like our actual own style, because we've sang for him before, but it was like our sound was in the making. And before I sang to him, we were asking the Lord, because we don't ask for money. We don't ask for food from anybody unless like we're having a conversation and we're like, hey, do you have food? Do you happen to have food? Those things. Especially if I've shared food with them before and I don't feel like I need to like beat around the bush about asking for things. I am that person. I told him, I was just like, you know, oh, yeah, no, I told him, I know that I normally give off this vibe, and not only do I not give off, I give off this vibe, but like when people normally offer certain things, I have to say no. There are certain things that I have to say no to. And so then at some point, people do stop offering me things of any type of nature for certain reasons. However, like if I have to say no, I have to say no. If I can say yes, it's my lesson, it's my energy. There's nothing I can do about it. And so I let him know. It's just like I know that I give off this vibe that I don't need no help, and that sometimes like people will offer things and I'll say no thank you, because I have to say no thank you. But genuinely, during the times where I actually do need assistance, I don't feel like anybody actually wants to give me the help that I really would like for them to give me. And so I really have not, I don't remember how to ask people for help anymore, like really. like not when it actually really matters anymore, because things don't, like the people that are closest to me, they don't give help freely. And, the help that they did give, it was more of like an obligation to them, because they know how loving we are and how much we go out of our way to help them. And so I've learned how to take care of things on my own. But I don't like to struggle. I would love to be, weighted on hand and foot and stuff like that, but you got to work to get to that point. So that is why I make sure to have that balance of asking for help when I need to. And, when I don't, I I can't really be dishonest about it. You know, like if somebody says, "Have you eaten today?" I'm gonna say yes if I've eaten today. If they still choose to give me the food after that, then that's perfectly fine. But like, I can't lie about it. There's certain variations in different parts of that story, but that's not the point here. My main point was, like, this was the first time that I actually have a sign now that's ready. I've had a sign before that says, "Do you like my voice? If so, feel free to donate." And it's not done yet, and that's also on my Instagram. It's beautiful. It's difficult to read. It makes you really question, like, what is it that is even, but like, you can read it. And so when I showed him, he was just like, he's like, "Do you like my voice?" and whatnot. He's like, "Oh, that's I was like, "It makes you think, right?" And I was just like, and he's just like, "I didn't see that there." And I was just like, it makes you think I'm not for the basics. And he laughed. He was just like, "That's my soul sister." He calls me soul sister. Um, the boy is very happy to have me in his life, and I'm happy to be that person that he looks at, and it's just like, that person right there is definitely working for God, always. And that makes me so happy. He's like, "You're the only one I know that rocks a gold top too." That's what he calls this. So it was just a really good experience. And so then I was just like, okay, so I told you that I had a song to show you, but since now that I'm actually putting the sign up and doing this as a part of my storefront type of situation, because I do tarot now too, I was like, now, do tarot now too. Have been doing tarot for a while now, but you get what I mean. Like, now it's open and happening. And so I was just like, and I don't normally ask, but would you please care to donate so that I can eat today? And he was just like, "Yeah, I'll give you a couple of dollars or whatnot." And in my head, I was thinking a couple of dollars is a good thing. I pray that we can find something that we wanted, but I was thinking like $5 or something, to me, because I'm like, we don't ask. I'm just that type of person. And it is like a service that is being offered. I don't care if people think that singing really isn't a service or not. It is. And he knows it is. But he had what he had, and he gave it to me. And it was $4. I didn't count it right then and there. But it was $4, and I was able to get food. And I was so happy. Like, I just came back. Well, I didn't just come back, but we went grocery shopping this morning, and that was a blessing. So then we sang the song for him, and it came out a lot differently than it did in the live, because I was obviously not paying attention in the live to the camera so that I could just be. But like, singing it in front of somebody, it was just like, okay, this is a person. So it was different, but it came out great, all the same. And then at the same time, it was different. It was so different. And afterwards, we had like a conversation. Not even a conversation, really. Like, he was really talking to me about it. He was just like, "I just got to close my eyes and think and take it all in and listen to it." And he was just so happy about that. And he was just like, he's like, "That song right there is he's like, it's just so, it just tells the story. It's so relatable about waking up every day and doing your best and working so hard to be your best, and asking God, why do I do this? Why do I keep going? What is the point? What is even the point?" And because my emotions do get the best of me when I'm doing things in front of people. Yeah, it just be coming out. And it was just so, nice to hear someone. First off, he heard the lyrics, because my lyrics are probably going to be a lot. Probably they're going to be a lot harder to know what I'm saying later on in life, even if there's an original like wording. But like there would be a difference, and the fact that he knew what I was saying, and it was like touching his heart, and it just made me so happy. And he was sharing his experience. He was just like late, that's how I've been feeling lately in general. Like he's just like, but you got to keep going. And that was what the song was about. And it was like, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep having to do what you have to do and stuff? And it's because I have God. God is holding my hands. I have everything I need because he is here. And so it was a touching morning to be able to do that. So yeah, we're playing with our sounds a lot more now. I feel like we avoided it for a while because it's a soft spot for me. I'm very sensitive about my singing. I really like it, but I liked it more when it was private and for the people that were like really, really close to me. But I've not been in that space with those types of people in a while now. So it's just been a whole different experience to be able to put that out into the world. But I didn't know that I was going to grow up doing this at all. Like we just found out right before all of this kicked off, like a month or so before all of this kicked off. So we're still getting used to the idea because we still had to get used to the understanding of the fact that we had to get used to the idea because we know we can sing and we know what we can do. And so when we decided, that it was good enough and we couldn't really like portray that, like, share that with people in the same way. It was really irritating because I know what I can hear. Like, how you don't always know what you sound like, or you don't always know if you're hitting the same, like I know what I can hear. We've checked for these reasons. So we went to Rite Aid and blessed be healed. I'm making ramen right now. It's cold, but it looks like it's done. Praise the Lord, it's done. We put a little sauce packet on top of it to weigh down the noodles. Oh, I'm so happy it's done. I didn't expect it to be like done so fast. So fast. Alright, I'm gonna leave that there. So I think I might eat outside now. I just came here to charge my phone. And we were gonna eat in here, but the library is open now. But there was a lady sitting at a bench, sitting at the table over there, so I didn't want to go over there. And then we got some stacks. I've talked about these stacks containers. They're $1.49 at Rite Aid, and I'm like shook about that because like at the Dollar Tree they're $1 and you get all the flavors. But whatever. But it was 2 for $2, so you were able to get this and a flavor that we've never gotten before. This is Flemas Más Caliente Que Rico. I'm actually proud of ourselves for saying that correctly. But yeah, so I've never tried this one before, and since we have prayed, we can try one on camera because I don't. I like doing that. And then what else did we get? And then we got Oreos, but I can't find them right now. That smells like flaming, for sure. Alright. Let me do this. You know that little like shock you get when you're about to like eat something and you know it's about to impact? I'm tasting the lemon, but there is no lemon. They taste lemony. And I wouldn't say that they taste like hot Cheetos either. It's a whole different kind of vibe. I appreciate them for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna leave now. So I'm gonna go outside and eat the food. I don't know if I'll end up making another video today because we've been trying to make sure that we're focused on the things that we like have just started as well as the things we've already started, because we do upload consistently and that makes me happy. For a couple days I have taken a kind of a backseat on the tarot reading for right now, but not too much of a backseat because we've been uploading consistently like over the time when we were doing them. I feel like that gives us a couple of days to just like focus on what else it is that we're doing, because as a Sagittarius, as myself specifically, I go where the energy is going. I go where my energy is just taking me, and I feel most passionate about what it is that we choose to do in general. So like that is the most logical way to explain it. But spirit has us do what we need to do when we need to do it in any shape, way, or form. We just think that it's really our idea because we're learning so much from it, from the way that we do things. We're like, that makes sense. It makes sense that I'm doing this right now. I'm actually very surprised that I don't always look more tired than I normally am because I don't really get a lot of sleep. But like I feel well rested in general. That's a blessing. Those aren't bags. I think it's just a bad angle or something. I don't know. And then let's see. And yeah, we've been working on our art and reading as well. So we're able to time manage, and that makes us successful. So that's beautiful. And now we have to fit in music. Not even fit in music. We have to like music so that it does fit in, because we specifically chose to not do that. We chose to do everything else because it was easier and more fun, fulfilling at the moment, because my music is very important to me. So, and so are other things, but I feel like that one is definitely too close to my heart to feel like I can give out mediocrity, even if other people think, oh, you should just get it out there. Well, to me, I just don't feel that way specifically for that. So, blessed. All right.